Hello tribe, welcome back to my channel. So a lot of you guys have asked me to do a reading based on your talents, what it is that you maybe need to go for, your life path, and all of those things. So I thought today, why not looking into what it is that you can bring out of yourself if you maybe do have something hidden in you, but you do not have an idea what it might be yet or how to use it. So obviously, we have 4 piles. You're gonna have to use your own intuition and discern which pile is yours. And also, when I'll be talking to group 1, 2, 3, or 4, 1 is here, 2, 3, or 4, you're gonna have to also imagine, as I'm talking to hundreds of people, watching the same pile. So how can you apply that message to your situation or what it is that you have in yourself? I'll try to be as specific but also as abstract as possible so you guys can make sense of these messages. Now, also, a lot of people are asking me if I do personal readings. I am on a break still. I'm trying to finish all the readings that I had from the past, and I will be reopening my shop, I'd say at the end of October or so. I might be doing that a little bit earlier, but definitely guys, if you subscribed or if you're following me on Insta, I'll make sure that I have announced when I'm taking privates again. I have asked you guys, whoever wants to be in the queue for sure, to drop me an email, very simple email saying in queue for November. And I do have those emails flagged, so the people who have emailed me, they're going to hear about the reopening first, and once I have all of those people booked in, then I'm going to be announcing for everyone else that I'm taking privates again. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna be overburdening myself before Christmas, because I will need to take extra time, you know, for the Christmas and preparations and all of that stuff. And I think for 2 weeks around Christmas time, I'll be doing more so YouTube, and I'll also be taking time off for myself to work on other things. Okay, so I'm not sure how many of you guys I'm going to be taking, but we'll see. Okay, if you want to drop me an email, and I'll make sure that you are going to be one of the first people knowing about me reopening. So let's start with your reading. As I said, pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm gonna catch you in timestamps. Hello pile number 1. So hope you're all doing well. I don't know how I'm gonna name this video. I bet you already know. But let's see. I want to kind of tune into your energy first before we look at your talents, your abilities. I'm also going to be incorporating a message from your guides or your ancestors or your angels, whoever, whatever you're working with, because some others of you wanted to see that too. So I think it goes very nicely together in this reading. So what we have for you guys, we have breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. And then we have a new earth, it's happening, keep holding the vision. So for you guys, what I'm seeing, this is more so talks to me about your past experiences and your current energy. There might have been a time in your life where you tried to take control over your path, and maybe you were looking into details and you kept thinking, hey, what is that I need to do, and kept thinking. The more we push, the more we get lost, right? So it's saying don't micromanage the universe when it comes to your path, your life path, your abilities, your talents, because once you let go, that's when you allow it to step in and show itself to you. I hope it's making sense for you here. And this is like a universal law, right? The moment we stop pushing, or the moment we stop wondering or worrying about something, trying to find, you know, ways, the exact way how I'm gonna get there, that's when you're being shown the way. So for you guys, it does seem like you're already holding a vision, and saying keep holding the vision. Whatever it is that you're looking at, you're already on the right path. You're already on the right path. You might be battling sometimes with that, you know, need to know everything, need to know exactly what kind of business, what kind of career is going to be for you. You know, it comes very naturally when it comes to life path or your talents. When your talents come through, it's usually very simple. You start wondering, what is it that I want to do today? What is it that would make me happy right now? Would it be making a piece of jewelry? Would it be maybe opening charts and looking into bitcoins or whatever it is that you might be interested in? And these are like those small, I would call soul hints that you are getting. And these are very important. They might be very soft and subtle. And that's what you're going to have to look at. You, pile 1, you might be someone who is quite analytical. It might be difficult to differentiate when is your intellect talking and when your intuition steps in. Intellect tends to overthink, remember. Intuition acts like an urge or like a bodily pull towards something without an explanation. So let's see, what are your talents, what are your gifts in this lifetime, and what is it that we can get from this reading? Let's see. Pile 1. Pile 1. If you are worried that your talent, your ability, your creations will not allow you to be supported financially in this lifetime, this is saying think twice, because you might need patience, but it's gonna work out. You will be supported, especially those who are trying to be an to seek for some kind of creative expression, who are trying maybe to write some kind of a novel here. I don't know why I said novel. Maybe it's for some of you it's quite important. Let me take you closer here. Now, what I'm seeing here, wow, this is quite strong. I'm just gonna mention everything that I'm getting for groups of you, okay? For some of you, I just heard a really good librarian. So you could be, you don't have to, if you don't want to, you don't have to go on your own and create something, would it be music, would it be art, would it be something that you like making with your hands? It's saying you don't have to wander off alone. You could work for someone else, or work in a company or in a place where you would be the best at it. See, you'd be that knowledge. You'd be the person who goes, hey, how about that? Read this, this is going to be helpful. Somehow you are very good at storing information in your headspace. And you remember things, and you remember those things at the exact moment when you need that. So there would be an example, you would have a chat with a person that you don't really maybe know closely, and a book would pop in your mind, or some kind of an article or a video online, and you'd be like, hey, you know what, it's kind of vibes with you, maybe you want to watch this, and you'd become this almost like a person who carries a lot of knowledge in your head, and you somehow share it with other people. For some of you guys, you do have a lot of artistic skills, and it does seem like you, every time you feel down, or every time you feel like you need to be lifted up, it's saying express yourself through creativity. Whatever it is that is on your heart, on your mind, that is going to take you places. Because somehow you do have this creativity slash, this storage that I talked about, right, in your head. And you're going to have to put these two together and make something out of it. Colors are quite important for pile number 1. So I don't know, this can be a designer vibe, artists, designers. You could maybe come up with color combos that work really well together, because I keep seeing a very nicely done interior. That would be great for you. I'm pretty sure you'd enjoy that. Anything that has a touch of artistry in it, I'm hearing. And also this knowledge and those books, you know, you could also be great teachers if you wanted to, pile number one. There is a reason this is saying that you do have this knowledge and you keep it in you, in your head, because you have to somehow express it for other people. So you're like almost like a walking book. Now, how you're gonna use it in your life, it's up to you. There are so many ways, right? There are so many ways. Now we have another group of people here. These are going to be people who somehow, and I'm paying attention to protection card here, group of people who will be, look how that ties in very nicely together. Maybe you want to work with people who have disabilities, or you want to somehow help other people stand up, I'm hearing, somehow connected to their physique, body, strength, and nutrition, food, whatever they put in their mouth. So whatever they put in their mouth, it somehow strengthens their body. So maybe you would want to come up with some kind of recipes or diets or ways of living in order to help one's body. But I'm very strongly getting that you would be great people who would be those protectors for those who are not as good protecting themselves. So this could be the elderly. If you wanted to work with disabled people or people who needed support because they're not able to support themselves anymore, you'd be great at doing so. And especially when we have so many stories, you know, when elderly are being not treated right in those homes, maybe you're the one who wants to do something in order to protect them so that it doesn't happen for other people. I don't know if you heard about it, but the more I'm, you know, interested in that, the more I'm hearing about stories of how elderly are being treated in elderly homes. So maybe that's something that is quite close to your heart. Now, obviously, I'm talking to almost like 3 different groups of people here. Doesn't have to be. You could be in between all, and you could want to choose one of those things you want to continue with, because you are somehow multi-talented, pile number one, and this is up to you. This is saying you do have this and that and that, and you can use that talent that somehow makes you feel more needed. There's something here about feeling needed, guys, and it's saying when you think of certain talents of yours, what makes you feel the most needed or important? And this is gonna be the thing that fulfills your heart. Because, you know, when I started talking about elderly or disabilities, or, you know, maybe special children even, I looked at those books here again, and I'm also like, you know, had a vision of you reading a book for a child or an older person, and you are there, I'm hearing you are there to stay for X amount of time. You have this super caring personality, and you're going to use it somehow in your life's mission. Keep holding the vision, this is saying. You already kind of know what it might be that you'd be good at, and it's not only what you're good at, it's going to make your heart fulfilled, this is saying. Every day you're going to go to work and it won't feel like work, because you'll be doing good things. There's a lot of pink undertones here if you're paying attention to that. And for me, this is softness. This is softness, this is care, this is love. And somehow you'll be using that in your work. And that's where your fulfillment comes through, where you're going to be seeing how people react to the work, the job that you have, the work that you do, and they're going to be super grateful. There is that very nice exchange of energies here. You are the people, pile number one, who are somehow here to help, and help those who are not as strong as you are. However you'll do it, it's up to you. There are many ways, but it almost seems to me that these are the carers, the artists maybe who come up with some kind of idea that their art also helps other people somehow, or relate. Or maybe if you would think of some kind of, art therapy, anything of that sort, because whatever this is, it seems like it makes other people cared for, and maybe those who didn't have enough care in their life, or who don't have it anymore. And you'd be a mother or father figure that they could relate to, that they could have. This is very beautiful. This pile is very beautiful. If this is not your vibe, maybe choose another pile, because this is all about care, and this is all about making the world a better place, specifically for those people who don't have enough. You are those protectors. You are those, dads and moms for someone out there. You help them emotionally through whatever it is that you'll be doing or you're already doing. So let's pull a couple of messages from your guides, from angels, from ancestors, whichever energies you feel the closest to. And let's see what we have. This pile makes me almost feel like I'm cared for, like as if someone was sitting with me and saying, hey, I support whatever it is that you're doing, and almost like wrapped a blanket around me, like, here you go. That's how you feel to me, pile number 1. It says, gliding through currents. With a different approach, you will glide through a situation with grace and ease, going inward and bringing your understanding, perspective, or behavior into flow will help your dreams take flight. We're going to pull 2 more. So one of these messages, nearly knocked it over. One of these messages will sing to you the most, so take that one with you. Setting up parameters. It says, assess your relationship and determine how they are aligned with your goals. Setting boundaries requires an honest evaluation of your present relationships. So maybe you will experience something in your relationships, and you're going to notice what it is that you are lacking, and you're going to be like, nah, you know what? Would it be family? Would it be, partners? You know what? I don't want other people to experience what I experienced. Therefore, I'm going to take this mission, and I'm going to be that care. I'm going to be that person who I needed at specific time in life. There's a lot of emotion in pile 1, a lot of very honest, caring, soulful vibes. One more. It says, break through to new dimensions. A new endeavor is on the horizon. Innovative energy wants to burst forth into your consciousness. So this is almost like a hint for you that you're gonna come up with something new, but it seems like someone might help you out while doing so. Would it be advice? Would it be maybe support that you will have? And you'll come up with something new. If you're already on this track, you probably had to change careers, or maybe change the way you used to work and how you will be working, because there's a lot of freshness to this. But then there is someone or something helping you, pushing you to the surface, saying, hey, look at this, So I truly hope that this made sense, pile number 1, and thank you for coming back. I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Bye for now. Hello tribe, whoever has chosen pile number 2, let's see what's up. So we're gonna tune into your energies right now, see what we can get. So for you guys, we have the activated earth as well as double mission. What I'm seeing for a lot of you, intuitively, I think you already have a vision, or you're already on the right track. And whatever it is you're doing it with grace. Now obviously, it's not going to be for every single one of them, taken as it's general, but I think everyone will get there because everyone's time frames are a bit different, right? You might be, this is quite an interesting story, pal, too. In order to get to where you want to be when it comes to your mission, talents, life purpose, discovering things about yourself, you might be, just before that or throughout time, might be drawn to specific places, countries, locations, building sites. I don't know why I'm hearing that, but that's what I'm seeing. And you're gonna have to trust those gut feelings, because every place will have, and it does have, its own vibration. By being and visiting specific places that your soul calls you towards, what you do, you're being charged up by the energies of that place, specifically ancient places, or places in nature that hold a lot of energy, specifically forests have a lot of intense energy, pine trees, right? Oceans, seasides, could be some kind of heritage buildings, sites that stood there for centuries. And for you might notice that you're being drawn to specific locations and places. It's saying trust where you're being led, even though you don't know where it's going to take you. Because it almost like you pick up specific information, ancient, I'm hearing information, and vibration, being in specific places. And that's going to give you more and more insight and kind of open like your eyes to what it is that you want. Okay, let me see. There's something else I'm getting here. You'd be amazing astrologers, or people who teach using spirituality, but the way you're going to do it, you will teach only what you have experienced, so that it has worked for you for sure. Like we have a lot of people online talking how to get this and that, specifically about law of attraction, and half of those people, they haven't properly experienced it just yet, but they're just sharing knowledge. But for you, how you're gonna do it, you're gonna be teaching everything that you saw happening and working for you. So your own experience is gonna be very important and valuable when it comes to spiritual knowledge, coaching, counseling. For some other people, you do have this very strong connection to places, so you might be drawn to traveling. You'd be great maybe working in a field or in a position that has a connection to travel. But whatever you do, remember, don't look at ways that other people do things. Be your own authentic you, because people will come for your knowledge, not someone else's. So your authenticity will take you places. Okay, let's take a look at other things here. Okay, so let's see your talents, pile number 2. Your mission, your talents. What do you need to know? What did I say? This just fell out. Canceling, right? You're very good at channeling information from above and bringing it back to earth to spread the word or to give advice. So use that. You are great in that. I think a lot of people watching Ընtitled are already doing this, so congrats. I'm paying attention to all the violet undertones. This is your third eye. This is your spirituality. This is your psychic gifts, gifts, and all of that. Connection to the above. When I'm looking at this, it's almost like a pillar. And how you take what it is that you hear or channel and you put it out there for those who need that. Let's see, what else? Yeah, you're all healers, pile number 2. You healers, maybe you Reiki masters, you are people who help other people how to become maybe counselors or teachers. You'd be a great mentor. And I think at one point in your life you'll decide to be a mentor or a counselor of some sorts, you know, and maybe teach other people how you've done things, and you'll be helping them out to do the same. I've done this already, so I know how it goes. And you have really good boundaries when it comes to your empathic side. You know what it is that you need to close off and not to take on energies. If you don't just yet, you're going to learn it over time. And that the example would be, you know, someone, if you coaching someone, you know, or if you counseling someone, let's say over Skype or Zoom or whatever that would be, or even sitting, you know, one next to another, and the person that you counseling starts crying, you know, or breaks down, the way that you'd react, if you are matured already and you knew how to go about your empathy, you'd be still empathetic to that person, but you wouldn't take on what it is that they are suffering with. You wouldn't take that energy with yourself. So you'd be soft, you'd be very nice and comfortable to speak to, but you're not taking the energy over, you know, the one that is not yours. You know how to place those, you know, boundaries, and how to, energetic, let's call them energetic, invisible boundaries. Because if you'd place, you know, an actual boundary, the other person would feel that they wouldn't want to open up to you, right? You wouldn't feel welcoming. So you're really good at mastering the balance here in your workspace. I'm almost talking to you as you're working already in this field. Okay, anything else? Yeah, everything that has a connection. And again, do you remember how I talked about that violet purple color? Anything to do with words. Your words are very healing. You could be a perfect example for other people who stands in front of a crowd. For some of you it might be a fear of yours, but remember, you know, your success is on the other side of your fears. So for some others of you, you are here to share your story somehow, and to be the person talking to other people and sharing your knowledge, sharing your wisdom. If that's something that you are fearful of, or you're not really comfortable with, it's gonna go away with time. This is one of your challenges, this is saying, right? Because usually when we make a decision to start living our mission, we usually have that challenge somewhere. So would it be sacrificing something, you know, quitting the old, starting the new? Would it be maybe overcoming your fear? There's always some kind of a challenge you see there, because it's almost like, hey, you can live this life that you want, but we're gonna make things not as smooth for you, so you can grow from that bump on the road. You know, you can challenge yourself with that. It almost, you know, for me, every time I see situations like that and what I had, you know, in my life, it reminds almost like, hey, how much do you want it? You know, how much are you willing to fight for it? So that's how it feels like. You are here to spread the wisdom. You're here to spread, you know, the messages that you're getting. You are here to somehow balance energies out without taking them on your shoulders. You are here to spread this mature spirituality. And I don't know why I said that. Maybe you don't agree with a lot of things that that lately you see online. Maybe you are gonna spread a different word. Maybe you're gonna talk about different topics, or you're gonna approach spirituality from a very balanced place, because how you do it is very balanced. It's not all about love and light. It's about, hey, there are both sides to the story. I don't know, like, and I'm hearing words and I just speak it to you guys. I hope it's making sense. we have to know, like, what you would say in order to live spiritually balanced, healthy life. You'd have to learn how to live in between the earth and up there. Because what happens when people go all the way up there, you know, they meditate, spirituality, love life, love light, all of that stuff, they start floating in the air. And we are here to experience the human experience. And that's something that you would probably want to look at yourself, or you're already teaching that. You would be great therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists, spiritual teachers. You have a really good listening ear, and people feel comfortable with you. You are an example for other people too. Yoga, Reiki, right? Okay, let's see. Pile 2. Yeah, look how connected you are with your ancestors, angels, whatever it is that you feel more close to. But every time I see this card, I see a very strong ancestor. So you know how to ask for guidance and to get to where you want to be, but also how to ask for guidance for someone, or how to help them. And you might be that guidance for some other people, you know? There's one more card that I want to pull, so maybe there's one more thing I haven't touched on. Yeah, it's maybe also about the healthy lifestyle or diet or something along those lines here. But it very nicely all ties in here, you know? It very nicely ties in here. This group is very specific. I didn't have to, talk about 5 different scenarios. This is kind of all in one. Very nice. Now let's pull a couple of messages from your guides, from ancestors, angels, whichever spirits you're working with. I'm going to pull 3 cards. So one of them might sink to your soul the most, and that's probably the one that you needed. Right. First, keeping it in check. It says, pay attention to what is going on around you. You might be moving into something too quickly or missing some important details. This is a take a chill pill card, or writing things down and not rushing into things. But those who are in this situation, you will know that you need to kind of hold your horses a little bit. It's not for everyone. Right. One more. I don't know why, but I want the second one, so let's do it. Where you need to be. You're exactly where you need to be. Every time I pull this card, I know that you're already walking the walk. It says, acknowledge how you are feeling. Have faith the universe will take care of your current concern by providing the best possible outcome for all involved. One more. Pile 2. Okay, that flipped. Well, we do have 2, so I'm just going to read them both out. Maybe there is an extra message for someone out there. We have total submersion. It says, don't be afraid to totally immerse yourself in a project, interest, or goal. Give it 100% of your energy, and you may find what your life has been lacking. The gift of neutrality. It says balance is at work in your life. Yin and yang are opposites in energy, but reside side by side to create the gift of neutrality. I call it zeroing yourself, right? So I hope that this made sense, guys, and thank you for coming back. Tribe, love you as always. I'll catch you in the next one. Hello, pile number 3. So let's see what's up with you first. Right, so what we got. Whoa, okay, we have inner earth. It says, you'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. And then we have baby steps. Action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. So what you might have noticed in your life, or you might be going through this right now, where there is a point in your life where I'm seeing you might be feeling a little bit caved in. And that is going to be quite a crucial moment for you, what I'm seeing here. When it comes to your life's mission, you know, moving forward, that's when you're going to start noticing where it is that your heart is leading you. There's going to be some kind of situation where you might be feeling like you're not in the right place. You want to come out there to the world. You want to do something, create almost a new vision. And how you're going to be doing this, you'll take one step at a time. So it's not about rushing, pile number 3. It's about, you know, an example. You write in a book, write 1 page every 1 or 2 days. And at the end of a year, how many pages you're going to have, right? So you don't have to push yourself too much and write that book within a month or so. You know, this is just an example, right? Don't, you might be with perfectionist and it might be quite difficult for you. You know, I want to know exactly where I'm going. I want to know exactly at what speed I'm going to get there. When it comes to your mission, it usually happens very gradually, and you discover your talents, you discover your abilities, you know, throughout time. So it's a very graceful journey. And that's what you're going to notice, you know, how a little bit like this baby steps here, you know. She got from one place to another until she starts noticing that really beautiful threshold to almost like a new way of being, her talent, her new life. And now we do have these 2 thresholds here. So it seems to me that you're almost like discovering a new earth. I'm going to put it that way. A new earth, a new world. Almost like a world is going to be, your world is going to become different. It's going to feel very light and it's going to feel very interesting. But it's up to you to start coming out of a situation that is not necessarily making you feel fulfilled, this is saying. And when it comes to projects or ideas, it's about not overburdening yourself with it, enjoying the journey, pile number 3. So let's see. Let's see more. Pile number 3. Mission, talents, whatever it is that we need to know. Your mission, your talents, pile 3. Maybe you wanted to choose one more pile. There might be like a combination of your skills. Yeah, and I said that, and I did have this card in one other pile. Okay. I'm hearing leading the pack. So you might find yourself leading a group of people, leading a pack. You're probably going to be amazing at working with children. Would it be at school? Would it be maybe young adults? Would it be college, university? You are really good at showing younger or unexperienced people the way. For some others of you, what's your ability or talent? There is this connection to music that I'm seeing here, so maybe explore that. Let me adjust the camera for you a bit. You do have different talents here, pile number 3. I must say, there is the sense of spirituality, you know, maybe energy healings like Reiki, anything to do with your hands I'm seeing here. Maybe your hands have quite a lot of energy in them, and other people sense that when you touch them. There's also this connection to writing or speaking. I keep hearing share your song, pile number 3. Share your song, however you want to interpret this. But for you, you're gonna decide to maybe mash up, I'm hearing, the talents that you have, because you have different ones here, and you're gonna be deciding which one it is that you want to focus on the most. But it doesn't mean that you are completely rejecting the other talents, because it's somehow incorporating that too in your mission. Do you want to write maybe for younger kids, younger adults? Do you want to share your knowledge? Do you want to help them out somehow? There is this close connection to children here. Now for some people, they are here, which is quite a big mission, to be the best dads or moms for those souls who incarnated in the family and who need that best mom or dad. Because maybe in the past lives they didn't have it, you know, they choose in your family, I'm hearing. And you're really good with kids, so maybe somehow you want to explore that. Or with young adults, showing them the way, showing them what ways they can heal themselves, so they can help themselves, how to educate themselves, something along those lines. Pile number 3. And you see, you do have quite a lot of talents here. You are quite creative. You could incorporate maybe that into teaching or into, you know, showing other people the way. Maybe you want to do some kind of classes. There is a lot of creativity here, together with leadership, schooling, education, and this healing energy that you have naturally. I don't know why, but for some others of you, what I'm sensing here, maybe you would come up with a business or some kind of a class where people, you know, running, doing everyday things, and they come to you, they come to a class maybe of some kind of meditation, maybe sound baths. I'm hearing sound baths, meditations, or anything that truly helps them to put the pressure, to ease the pressure, to ease their bodies. So I'd see a group of people coming to you and saying, hey, okay, I've been waiting for this meditation or this session of some sort for my whole day, because I did have quite a stressful day, or I'm looking forward to what it is that you can teach me. I appreciate your leadership skills, or the way you teach me, the way you bring out maybe my artistic abilities, or the energy that I have, you show me the way. Right? So that's what I'm seeing for pile number 3. You did have this mashup of talents. So maybe if you want to watch one more pile, you could. I think there is one more message for you there. Let's see. I'm going to pull 3 cards as messages from your guides, ancestors, you know, angels, whichever energy you tend to work with or you feel closest to. So one of these cards might be singing to your soul more deeply than the other, so it means that this is the one that you need to hear the most. So we've got persistent drive. It says, see what you desire and move towards that goal. It is time to zero in your purpose. Use your intuition and instincts to guide you for the optimal outcome. And I think that's what you're doing already with those baby steps here. Okay. One more. It says, disengage from outcomes. Let go so you can open yourself to the highest love that you deserve. Find ways to release worry or any unresolved lack of forgiveness you may be holding on to. So that might be something to do with past events or family, or just forgiveness in general, you know, whatever it relates to you. One more. It says, push to the surface. You may have become complacent. You might be stalling or in need of a new surge of energy. Become aware of the dynamics of your life. So balance your energy overall. Pile number 3, there needs to be a little bit of, maybe you want to meditate a bit, but don't forget to ground yourself after you do that, so you don't float up in the air. There's a lot of green that I'm paying attention to here. And maybe be in nature a little bit more often. Go out there, this is saying. Every time you might feel chaotic or in need of inspiration, that zeroing yourself is almost, that's what I use for mediumship. To zero yourself, like we have in persistent drive here, is to you know, become a blank canvas in order for messages to come in. And for you, in order to truly know what it is that you want to do or where your soul is calling you, it's also usually, it comes through more, or is more obvious when you are in this zero mindset, right? When you have grounded yourself, when you allow the messages to come in, when you're not all over the place, when you're just doing one thing at a time, a bit like in baby steps, and you're listening to your gut every single day. So I wish you the best, pile number 3. I hope that you found guidance here. Tribe, love you as always. I'll catch you in the next one. Hello tribe, whoever has chosen pile 4, let's see what we have for you today. Woo, nice. This is quite a powerful card, okay? Forge, don't follow. Pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. So you are the one who has to forge this new path towards that land here in order to lead people. And no one have done it before you. You're standing right in front of it and you're like, hey, how can I start this? Now, we do have the big picture thinking, which is the visionary card, which is the Aquarius vibe. It says, please energy, visionary, inspired ideas. You guys are here to do something that wasn't done, or to do things differently, to talk about things that maybe are not spoken about as much, or to invent something, or to be your most authentic self, not looking at what other people are doing, because you're gonna have to be the leader for other people, but a very unique one somehow. So think, what is it that you maybe needed when you were younger, when you were growing up, when you were at a difficult time in your life? What leader you wish you had at that time? Because you're going to become one for other people around you. So from those experiences of yours, you might come up to with some kind of idea, or a business, or invention of some sorts that is quite colorful here, as you can see from these cards. There are a lot of different colors that I'm looking at, and they all feel very nice. There is a lot of creativity and a lot of uniqueness to you, and that's something that you're gonna have to use in this lifetime. So let's look at your talents or your mission, what it is that you're great at and you could possibly explore. This is a very strong pile. You're definitely not gonna, you know, go with the crowd. You're gonna be the people who stand out from the crowd, regardless of maybe what others have done, what others might be saying. You are the influence, pile number 4. We have let go, walk away from the situation in order to resolve it. So what this is telling me already, maybe at one point in your life you'll want to let go something. Would it be maybe a job or location where you're at, or maybe a relationship? This is part of experience, whatever it would be. This is part of your experience when going towards that mission. Okay, pile 4. Let's let gravity do the work. We have infinite abundance. Wow, this is the strongest pile out of all. Regardless of where you think you are in life right now, you are going to have quite a lot in your life, specifically when it comes to finances, stability, food on the table, right? Because you're already on the right track, a lot of you. Those who might be lost right now, you might be like, I have no idea what I'm doing. You'll get there regardless. Pile 4, every single one of you watching this, you will get there, and you're gonna claim this abundance that is waiting for you on the other side, I'm seeing here. But it's on the other side of not fear, how I like to say for most people, right? For most of us. But it's on the other side of uniqueness and visions. And the ideas that are not as popular, or something that is not maybe as researched or not done, something new. You can take something old and make something new. Do you know what I mean? Okay, let's see. Pile 4, what's up? We have builder. See, you are the one building everything for yourself. You're very independent. That's the way how you feel to me. You need to know that you have this ability to build and create the life that you want, to have that garden full of fruits, to have the strength to build a house, right? Metaphorically, to build your career, to build a house, to build that project. It's very interesting how for pile number 4, we don't have the exact cards like we did have in other piles, like, you know, artist or I don't know, leader. You know, what we have for you here, we have those subtle hints to what it is that you'll have. So maybe a lot of you are already on this path of yours, and you're like, yeah, what I need to know is, you know, will I actually be financially supported in this mission or not? As many cases as I know, I usually speak from the experience and from what I've seen happening actually, rather than just, you know, speaking to speak wisdom or give you motivation. I usually speak from what I've seen happening to me or other people around me. So what happens with your life's mission, once you step into it, you always are financially stable, and you do have those fruits of labor coming in, and you start noticing how they grow over time. And that's when people usually, you know, who were maybe poor or who didn't have as much money throughout time, they start noticing how everything starts shifting big time. And that's something that will be happening to you, pile number 4. So if some of you have been, you know, in this mindset of, I'm not sure if I'm gonna, you know, make it to that abundance, think twice. This is saying think twice. Okay, you are the creator. You have more power to create a life that you want than you think. Just think uniquely, have a vision, and be the leader that you wish you had. Be the person to lead other people. Your pack will follow. You know, you the leader of a pack. Your tribe will follow you. You're gonna have people who need your guidance following your work or coming to you as clients or customers, right? Yeah, but whatever you do, see how all your cards are very different from other. Because then what we would have in this deck would have, you know, creativity, we'd have justice system or whatever, you know, formalities, we have energy healings, artists, all of those cards. For you, it's very different. What you're gonna have to seek for is your own freedom. Where your freedom lies, that's where your mission lies, pile number 4. Okay? So swim with the dolphins, this is the same. Seek for your freedom first. Allow your creativity, those visions that you get, this uniqueness of you, this Aquarius vibe to you, right? You don't have to be one. This is just one card that has this vibe to me of Aquarius. Be the person who is not afraid to be weird, who's not afraid to be judged by your life choices, because you are here to create this freedom for yourself. So probably a lot of you will want to have your own businesses. It doesn't have to be for all of you. You can find a job that makes you feel very free. And abundance will be coming in. Lay one brick at a time when you build in. You don't have to follow the crowd. You're the one who's going to be building something for yourself, therefore you're going to build it for other people after you. I hope it's making sense. Pile 4, you have a very unique message today, and you're very interesting people. You know, this would be also someone who would want to work for NASA, because, you know, not many people do it. Again, you know, something quite different, you know, or come up with a clothing line. I'm just giving you examples. Clothing line that is completely different from what you've seen before, or use this some kind of strange or new material. And you know what I remembered of? I remembered a post ages ago where there was a company which was creating, I don't want to lie, but would it be a bag or something? But what they used, that the skin was mushroom skin. So they used mushroom as leather, and it looked quite amazing. So these are the uniquenesses that I'm talking about. Okay, this is something that is interesting. It doesn't have to be as big, you know, it just can be a tweak to something that was already done, but that tweak is so authentic and so interesting that people go, wow, you know, how other people didn't do that before, or how other people are not talking about these things, right? So let's pull a couple of messages from your guides, ancestors, angels, whichever energy you like to work with. One of these 3 cards will speak to you the most, and this is probably going to be the message that you need to hear. So pile 4, we've got push to the surface. It says you may have become complacent, you might be stalling or in need of a new surge of energy. Become aware of the dynamics of your life. One more. Let's let gravity do the work. We have surrounded by prosperity. Yeah, prosperity, abundance, hey ho, right? It starts with gratitude, it's saying. It says your attention is being drawn to the infinite nature of reality. That which exists outside the known is beyond measure. This is a very abundant card for me. Again, look at this turtle. Look at this turtle being surrounded by those fishes. He's living his extra life, loving life, being like a king, you know, of a castle. That's how I look at this card. Okay, one more. Look at how much you have, this is saying already. You know, look at how much you have. And then we have where you need to be. Acknowledge how you are feeling. Have faith in the universe. Have faith the universe will take care of a current concern by providing the best possible outcome for all involved. So that is what I have for you, unique pile number 4. I hope that this was somehow helpful. And tribe, love you as always. Thank you for coming back. I'll catch you in the next one.